Say about Jim Jordan, he has been called by his own party, by John Boehner, a political terrorist. He's also been linked to the Ohio State sexual abuse scandal. I testified in front of Congress about something so simple, cameras in courtrooms. He came in late, he looked disheveled, and he immediately was screaming and yelling and terrorized me and the other experts on the panel. And
the view is like that ex-girlfriend that you're trying to get away from. You try to get away, but they keep pulling you back.
Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in.
And this one is a doozy. Namely, Sunny Hostin. Sunny Hostin, the resident black activist, race grifter that's on The View. Actually, she's not even fully black. She's biracial, but she identifies as black. She has a doozy. Background story, Jim Jordan is running to replace Kevin McCarthy as the Speaker of the House. He's running against Steve Scalise. And so Sunny, naturally being Sunny, had to throw her opinion into the ring.
Would Scalise, do you think, support giving aid to Ukraine?
I don't think he can if he wants to get the votes. I think he personally does. I think Jim Jordan less so. But that's a scary thing that I hope the White House is paying attention to.
Okay, this person right here, first of all, before I get to Sunny, whatever her name is, she's supposed to be a conservative. She's a rhino at best, a neoliberal at worst. She has no conservative chops. I mean, she is just a punching bag. She agrees with everything these other ladies talk about.
Say about Jim Jordan, he has been called by his own party, by John Boehner, a political terrorist.
A political terrorist? How is John Boehner calling somebody a political terrorist? That milquetoast conservative?
He's also been linked to the Ohio State sexual abuse scandal. I testified in front of Congress about something so simple, cameras in courtrooms. He came in late, he looked disheveled, and he immediately was screaming and yelling and terrorized me and the other experts on the panel. And
okay, look what Sunny's doing. Sunny, like I said in a previous video, you have to understand who the target audience is of The View. It is suburban, majority white women who are at home with their children. What she's attempting to do on the slide is to say that Jim Jordan, he's scary. He's a MAGA Republican. He's scary. He intimidates women. He's not for women. That is what she is implying on the slide.
Describing him as a terrorist is exactly that. He's a chaos agent.
A chaos agent. First she called that man a terrorist, and now he is a chaos agent. Wow.
And it came out of nowhere, and he had no command of the subject that we were talking about, which made it even scarier. So to have him, the thought of him.
Boy, she's putting on a performance right now. She's getting all emotional, all choked up that he was so scary. This probably happened 10-some years ago. But she was ready. Sunny was ready. She was ready. Oh, she set that woman up right there. And she has no comeback. No comeback at all.
Being the Speaker of the House, I think, leads to more chaos for
But
this
his role
country.
model is Donald Trump, who has no command of the language either.
How this show still stays on the air is beyond me, especially with Joy Behar on there. The way she talks about Trump, wow, man, she needs Jesus for real. She needs to be saved. She has some hatred and animosity in her heart towards that man, and if she don't get that corrected, it's taking her to the wrong place. It's taking her to hell.
He's always been worshiping at the shrine of these dictators over the years. We know that. Can I just give you a quick history of the
I would love it.
Of the House?
Sure.
Here goes Joy Behar running down the list of the scandals of the Republican House speakers. Mind you, she doesn't talk about the scandals of the Democratic speakers of the House, but, facts don't really matter. Truth doesn't matter on this show.
Quick in history is an oxymoron.
Newt Gingrich resigned in 1988.
First of all, it was 1998, not 1988. Get your facts straight. Joy Behar.
As the House Speaker, amidst ethics scandals, he told his wife he wanted a divorce while she was in cancer treatment. Nice guy. Then they had Bob Livingston come in, who took over for Gingrich, and he had to get out because he had an extramarital affair. Then they ended up with Dennis Hastert. This is even more
Dennis Hastert from Illinois.
pathetic. He went to federal prison, this guy, for hush money payments to cover up sex abuse of young boys.
Okay, listen to what I've been telling you, who the target audience is. This is not a surprise attack. She had this ready because they knew they were going to talk about this segment. You have to understand how programming works. She knew exactly what they were going to talk about. She had this ready. She had this prepared ahead of time because their target audience are suburban, majority white women who they're trying to keep away from the Republican Party. That's it.
Okay? No wonder John Boehner is always crying. When he was Speaker of the House, and he himself got chased out of the job by the so-called Freedom Caucus, who want to have freedom for themselves, but nobody else. But he called them legislative terrorists, which you just said. That's right. And then Paul Ryan, he was probably okay.
He seems reasonable now.
Well,
But he had to get out to avoid Trump.
It feels quaint that you used to
It's
give
a
up your
mess.
job when you had affairs or paid people hush money, but that's
That's enough. It's a bunch of nonsense. Nobody has said anything about Jim Jordan. Nobody has convicted him or linked him to that whole Ohio State case. This is the type of filth that comes from this show. And they pretend it's journalism, pretend it's infotainment. This is chaos. This is mess. This is trash. We're not victims. We are empowered for greatness.